Ramesh, can you show me how to initialize an input pin?
All right, let's do that. This is our microcontroller, and let's pick a pin. Let's pick port B, pin 0, let's say.
All right.
And let's interface a switch to it.
Ooh, yes.
Because that's an input device. So here's my input switch. And I want to make it operate. This is again our 3.3 volts. This is our ground. And we saw how a switch works. Now we're going to configure it. So our configuration is what we call as setup. Setup, and what are we doing? We're setting up a PB0 as input.
So this is something we do just once at the beginning of the software.
Exactly. And so to configure it, we have the pin control management register that we talked about. We're going to use that, and the pin control management for an input pin is a little more involved. So these are the bits of interest to us. We saw how the pin CM register works. This is the pin CM register for port B, pin 0. It has a name. It's called the IO Mux PB0. And it has an address. We're not going to worry about the address itself. But the fields of interest to are bit 18, which is a bit that says that we're enabling input operation on this pin. And then we have 17, 16, which we'll look at later. These are whether I have an internal pull-up resistor or a pull-down resistor. And there's a pin that we talked about, bit that we talked about earlier, which is pin 7. And then we have a mode bit that goes from mode field that goes from 5 to 0. So our things that we're going to focus on right now are this bit, and our 5-bit number here. So for us, since we are making this 1, so that's going to be a 1. This is going to be a 1. And again, we are doing GPIO mode. So that's going to be a 0, 0, 0, 0, 1.
Okay.
So we're going to create a value for this. This value that we're going to write is going to be in 32 bits. It's going to be a 0, 0, 0, 4, 0, 0, 8, 1. Because
okay.
this 4 is at bit, this 1 is at bit 18.
Got it.
Okay. So let's see how we can do this in terms of our initialization steps. So this is our assembly code for doing it. And we simply have to get into our register LDR. We get into our register R1. We get the pin CM register, which happens to be our IO Mux PB0. And we're going to get this constant LDR R0 into another register, which is going to be my 0x00040081. And then we're going to store in this value R0 into that memory location R1. So R1 has this address, and we are done. This 3-step process is all we need to update our pin control management register.
Yeah, that was easy.